I know we like to call out some people sometimes on here, a high profile influencer that I personally think may be selling bad goods. But in this instance with Deion Sanders in Colorado, they have done so much good. Deion Sanders has brought so much good to the college football landscape that it almost feels silly to talk about like if the players were required to go to a Lil Wayne concert. By the way, if you've not heard about that, go look that up. They did Colorado Buffaloes. We should say do deny that they didn't record those players. But anyways, you can go look that up on your own time. This is not what this is about. This is about first and foremost all the good that Deion Sanders has brought to the college football. When he was at Jackson State, he gets Travis Hunter, a five-star. Travis Hunter could be in the NFL right now. I don't know if he went to Georgia or Alabama or something else. If he decided to go do that, he could be playing receiver or DB in the NFL right now. But he chose to go with Coach Prime, which is Deion Sanders' nickname, of course, to Jackson State for a year or 2 years. I forget about that exactly. And then follow him to go play at Colorado, which is a completely new project, along with nine other Jackson State players. With Jackson State, uh, Deion Sanders led them to the Celebration Bowl twice, which is the HBCU sort of, I guess you could say, national championship. It's a bowl game technically. They did lose both times, but just to make it there is impressive. Uh, you go to Colorado, like I said, bring nine of your transfers, and you're 4-8, which is not a great record, but just a very, very great season from the offense. The defense needed some work, and eventually the offense sort of ran out of fuel. But Deion Sanders' son, Shadur Sanders, completely showed why he is a capable quarterback. He could throw 500 yards a game. He could throw 400 yards a game. He can win you games late. We saw that a little bit in some games where they were close in the end but didn't quite pull it off. So you go 4-8, where everyone thought you were going to be a laughing stock. Uh, and then just one more. How about Shadur, right? You know, to give credit to him, he is, if you look at his high school stats, I think he's like top 20 all time in touchdown passes for high school football. Then he goes to Jackson State. Then, of course, he follows his dad to Colorado and has a pretty decent season there. All right. So we got all of that. Now people might be thinking, oh my gosh, Evan, you love Colorado. Well, again, I generally do side with them because I think what they have done is impressive. But the side stuff, and it's not just the media. Yeah, the media and ESPN, they play it all up and all that too. Um, but sometimes the players on Colorado eat it up a little bit too. They've seemed to eat up the media attention. Obviously, Deion Sanders, that's his profession. It was his profession. When he was the NFL, he was literally a media host in NFL Network after he left the NFL. So it's literally his profession. You'd expect it from him. But some of the players now and social media and everything, you've started to eat it up. Colorado this, a lot of talking. And you got to be careful because all that good stuff I said, I'll give you an example right now. Antonio Brown, fabulous receiver, but people are just like, just the antics are not worth it. They're not worth it. And also the antics could throw a team off. So Colorado is putting something very, very, very well together. It makes sense that there's a lot of haters because sometimes that's what will come from that. However, this offseason, there's been a lot of noise and they can't let that all blow up in their faces. But so with the 2024 Colorado's got coming up. I think I bet MGM, I looked it up. I don't know about some other sports books, has Colorado at 5.5 wins. If they get six, they're bowl eligible. If they're below six, they're not. Um, that's a good line by Vegas right there because of what I said. You would think they could get 6 wins, but again, if off the field stuff happens, then you never know, or like character issues and stuff like that. But by looking at their schedule, they start at home against North Dakota State. They play on the road at Nebraska, and then they play on the road at Colorado State. So that's a possible 3-0 for sure. I don't see them losing to Colorado State. I know it got a little close last year. They should beat Colorado State. The other two at home against North Dakota State, again, that's a probably win. But Colorado did not tackle well last year. North Dakota State, they just want to run the ball all game long. As someone who goes to a school in the same conference as North Dakota State, that's what they want to do all game long. So if you can't tackle, it could be rough. And then Nebraska on the road. maybe that turns into a classic Big Ten matchup, low scoring game. Nebraska slugs it out. It's possible. But so if you're 2-1, you're feeling there good for Colorado. 3-0 is possible, but we'll see what happens. So either way, and then can you find 4 to 3 more wins on the schedule? It's a tougher schedule. You're still in the Big 12. They play Oklahoma State to end the season at home. You've got tough games against Kansas State, Kansas, some tough road games in there too. They go to UCF earlier in the season, but there's no huge powerhouse either. Like they played in the Pac-12 schedule last year, and I know they only got one win, but at the same time, the Pac-12 last year, if you look at it, was stacked. So with that said, you would expect improvement. And I do expect Deion. Deion is a pro. He's done it for the long time. He's been able to talk the talk and walk the walk. But can his players do the same thing? That's the big thing they got to watch out for.